There we go. What's up, guys? It is day two of of 3-day series about gut health and hormones. And today we're going to be talking about diet and exercise, like two of the most important things, the things that everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta do these two things, or you can't lose weight, and the importance of them and diet and stuff like that. So let me share my screen and we will crack on. Okay, so let me move my thingy my bob here. Today. Day three. I also forgot yesterday, guys. I feel awful. This lovely lady here is our client, Debbie. So I wanted to give a shout out to Debbie because she looks fantastic. She's over 50. She looks like that. She's rocking it. So yesterday I didn't say it, but here she is. She's wonderful. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about nutrition and exercise, potentially two of the most important things to lose weight or to tone up, whatever. But the two things people concentrate on more than anything else. Before, though, if you have not signed up or applied for, I should say, applied for the challenge, make sure that you do that. I don't know if the link is on the next slide, so we'll find out in a sec, but it's definitely at the end. Okay, so let's make sure that we have written that down, that we have, if you want to, actually implement everything that we've spoken about on these last few days. Okay, there are 30 spots available, and I haven't checked how many applicants we've had today. Partly because I've been stressing about the the Facebook incident. Okay, so how many people have said this? I know what to do. I just need to do it. I'm going to open up the gallery here so I can see people in shame putting their hand up. Yes. Yeah, nodding. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. Hoi, I think. Okay, so let me just open this up. Me and to yeah, me and to you. Yeah, that was awful, Sam. Give you me. Yeah. And most people say it. I say it as well, of course, because I do. Um, but who has been successful on a weight loss journey in the past? You can put in the chat or you can like put your hand up. Teresa, I can see you. I thought I knew. Nope. All right. So lots of people go on like these kind of wild diets. Maybe they do keto, maybe they lose, a few pounds. Um, Grace says yes. Grace come to us actually. She'd lost a lot of weight and we've been working on building muscle. She's actually in this presentation. Oh no, she's in tomorrow's presentation. Picture of her in tomorrow's presentation. So Grace, you'll have to turn up for that one. Sam says yes, short term. Rose says I've lost weight but not a success as she's put it back on. There we go. Yeah. So lots of people might lose a few pounds here and there because they've done loads of exercise, because they've done extreme diets, because they've meal replaced, because they've taken shakes or cut out, certain things out of their diet. And they're like, yeah, I lost weight, it worked. But if you, oh, but most people will do it by eating healthy and exercising generally, right? That's like the longer term approach. Yes, but I didn't know really until this group, and I guess I still don't really know. That's why I'm here. There we go, Louise. Perfect. Obvious, yeah. So yeah, eating healthy and exercise, and that's what you need to do. You just need to do it, right? You just need to eat healthy and exercise. Yeah, great. Okay. No one tells you anything else. So nutrition exercise. More is not always better, and less is just the same. Okay, less is just the same, as in like you can't eat less and less and less, and you can't exercise more and more and more. So you've been told to eat less and move more, but now I'm going to explain why it's wrong in this presentation. So nutrition quantity is one thing, okay? That's your calories. So what is a calorie deficit? Is it really calories in versus calories out? Why you're figuring out your numbers wrong and how that is fucking up your weights, guys, basically. Apologies if you've got kids. This is not a kid-friendly talk. It's hell, that's what it is. I think she means calorie deficit. And then we're going to talk about nutrition quality, so processed versus unprocessed, shakes and fats, nutrients and macros, and bonus, language and psychology. We're going to figure out if I left that in. And then we're going to talk about exercise. It's going to be a surprise for all of us. exercise and intent. Okay, so how much did you do? Steps, cardio, HIIT, strength training, why your program sucks. We're going to talk about all of those different things. We're going to touch upon them, and if you guys have got any questions, of course, drop them in the chat here. If you're watching the replay, drop them in the comments, and I will get back to you. So you guys remember this graph? It is like my favorite graph in the whole wide world. I don't do the MFP macro calculator. I'd starve if I followed what that said. Oh, MyFitnessPal, yeah. 1,200 calories. That's what everyone has. Doesn't matter about anything. So you've got your eat, your TEF, your NEAT, eat, TEF, NEAT, and BMR. Okay. So all of your calories here. Oh, sorry, all of this is the TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. I should have done a pop quiz here. You should have told me. So let's say that your TDEE, the number of calories you burn, 1,500 calories, okay? Let's just use that as an easy number because I suck at maths. So if you eat less than 2,500 calories, you're going to be in a deficit. If you eat more, you're going to be in a surplus. And if you eat 2,500, you're going to be in a maintenance. So you're not going to go up or down. Does that make sense? Cool. Okay, so this is what a calorie deficit is, okay? So if your maintenance is 2,500 and you eat 2,300, you are in a 200 calorie deficit, not a 2,300 calorie deficit, okay? Because people always say that. They're like, I'm in a 1,200 calorie deficit because I'm eating 1,200 calories. No, that's not how it works, okay? The deficit is the difference between your TDE and what you're eating. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, so then, if that is the case, is it calories in versus calories out? And it is complicated, okay? So I'm going to try and go through this. If you've got any questions, let me know. Let me let Rose back in here. Okay, so technically, yes, it is calories in versus calories out, but there's a big fat but. There are 5 main problems. First is, you don't know how much your maintenance is. So if you use a calculator, it's going to have a guess, but I could guess as well. 1,632. That's your maintenance, Louise. I've just decided, okay? So anything less than that, you're going to be good. But you guys do not know how much your maintenance is. You do not know how many calories you burn at rest, generally through the day. You don't know your output. You also excrete different calories. So you may poo more calories out than someone else. Okay. And the calorie calculators do not know that either. And packaging of food labels is allowed to be off by 20% in either way. So, of course, low calorie foods are going to be like the low 20. So, say a food is 100 calories, it's got 20%. So, it's going to say this is only 80 calories, but it could actually be 120 calories, right? So, it's allowed that extra. And then if a food is 100 grams of protein, they're going to say it's 120 grams of protein because they're allowed to be. So you're going to have less and less calories in foods and higher amounts of protein, even though they're going to be off. So if you're constantly using foods, obviously, to eat and to track, they're allowed to be 20% off. So if you were dead set with numbers, this is going to screw up, even though the other 3 will have already, okay? And if your hormones are out of whack, your body's not burning calories efficiently. So yes, if everything is perfect, calorie calculators would work, but they do not know anything about your history. And so, Louise, if there was 2 of you, I'm picking on you because you're on the top of my screen, but if there was 2 of you exactly the same, but one of you had hormonal issues and the other one didn't, the calorie calculator would give you both exactly the same numbers, but one of you would succeed in it and one of you would not. So that's food for thought, guys. Okay, so why is it fucking up your weight loss then, if that's the case? If you work out your maintenance wrong, you're going to be under-eating or overeating, and that's going to make you feel like a failure, because if you under-eat, that's going to have nutritional problems. If you overeat, you're going to gain weight. And also, if you under-eat, you're going to be hungry, you're going to starve, you're going to binge, okay? Nutritional values are off, you don't lose weight. So this means not just if you're not eating enough protein and stuff, but if you are not absorbing enough nutrients, then your gut balance is going to be off, and therefore it's going to be a real struggle to lose weight. And if you are burning the calories in exercise, but still not losing, then you end up cutting more because you're like, well, if this isn't working, I'm going to cut more. I'm going to cut more calories. I'm going to do more exercise. So if you ever do any of these things, so your maintenance is wrong, nutritional values are off, you burn more calories, but you're still not losing, then you cut your calories more. Okay, so you've gone from 2,000, for example, to now 1,800, and you're like, I'm still not right. Even though we got this 20% issue, which would be technically 1,600 calories. But either way, you cut more, so you're in even more of a harsh deficit. So your body glucose level, bloody, I don't know why I've written bloody, I must have been very annoyed at that point, but your blood glucose levels go up, your body fat percentage goes up, your ghrelin, which is your hormone that makes you feel hungry, goes up, your muscle mass will decrease. If you do not eat enough food, especially protein, your muscle mass will decrease. Even if you eat enough food and protein and you're aging, if you're going through perimenopause and menopause, you're losing muscle mass. As women, we've got it all. Joy. We've got all this stuff to look forward to. And so muscle mass is going to decrease. So you need obviously exercise, which we'll talk about in a sec, to offset that as well. And your metabolism doesn't slow down, it adapts. Okay, I don't want to say that it slows down, but it adapts. So basically what it does, it will shut off certain functions in your body to conserve energy. So then they're like the physiological effects, but then the mental effects are overwhelm, likelihood of a binge, feeling like a failure, temptation to give up, feeling broken, not understanding why it's not working, pushing harder, restricting further, doing a fad, reaching for the pills or shakes. All that risk goes up. Okay. And this is, I mean, they're all a problem, but this is like the real problem because if your mindset is not in the right place, then it's going to be very, 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 very difficult to lose weight long term. Okay, so when that happens, you cut your calories even more. You have less energy, so you're going to fiddle less. You're going to have less movement. You're going to burn less calories because of that. So your NEAT will decrease because now you haven't got energy. So your body wants to store energy. Energy is calories, okay? They're the same thing. So you want to store energy. What do you do to burn calories? You increase your NEAT. You're like me, I talk with my hands, right? But if I'm in a real deficit, like I've got a photo shoot coming up or something, I will not be moving. I will not be talking with my hands. I'll just about be talking, to be honest. So you fiddle less, you fidget less, which means you burn less calories. Your fat storage will go up because your body will be like, hey, we don't know when we're actually going to eat again because we're just so low calories. Let's store some of these calories, energy, as fat in the body so that we can use it later. Okay, so your fat increases. Body function shutting down, like I mentioned, your butt health. Guys, there's late for me to be doing these. Next time there's gonna be earlier on in the day. Your gut health is gonna be bad. You're probably gonna need more caffeine because you're tired, which then means you're gonna have poor sleep. You're probably gonna go for the alcohol, which is terrible for gut health, weight loss, and health, in brackets. And you're gonna have reduced cognition. Okay, your brain is gonna be a little more foggy, and it's gonna slow down a little bit like mine today, actually. And then you're probably going to go to the doctor, okay, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I can't sleep, I'm living on caffeine, I don't feel like I'm digesting food, I'm bloated all the time. And they're going to be like, hey, go on this medication. Even though it's because you haven't been eating enough, right? So that is that. So nutrition quality. It isn't all about calories. And you guys probably have already watched the first part when I spoke about the importance of gut health and the psychological and behavioral responses to that. So I'm going to ask you guys, you can pop it in the comments. How would it feel to eat this burger and fries right now? I'm going to say it'd feel freaking awesome. You guys can say it too. If you don't like burgers, imagine a Domino's pizza. I want you to write in the comments, how would it make you feel? I'd be sick. Oh yeah, don't forget guys, your TDE is 2,500 calories for this example, okay? I'd be sick. Oh, that's really sad, Rose. Amazing. Yeah, Sam, that's me. I can give a five, guys. But 2 weeks ago, I'd loved it and scoffed it down. Claire's like, it'd be amazing. Delicious, but I'd instantly regret it as my gut would be awful after. Alexandra, let's not jump ahead. You've seen my slides. Don't jump ahead. Nice, but I'll feel full of plants. Oh, you feel full of plants, yeah. Grace and yummy. And probably the other Grace would also agree with that as well. Okay, so if you're great to eat this right now, bit grease down the hand, never hurt anybody. But then in 20 minutes, so Alexandra said she'd feel awful right after the gut. How else would you guys feel after 20 minutes of eating this? I might be all right personally. Like, I think I can handle this. I've got a lot of training to eat burgers. Come on, guys. I know it's late. You've got this. One meal doesn't make or break you. Definitely bloated. Yeah. Full if I overindulged. I feel exhausted. Yeah. Yeah, exhausted is good one as well, actually. So, probably a little sluggish. Yeah. I think I'd be all right unless it was like super greasy. I can't handle grease. That's my like no. Okay, 6 hours. Who would let me open the video thing so I can see who would be hungry again in 6 hours after eating that? I could eat again after 6 hours. Anybody else? Regretful, yeah. Me, yeah, exactly. Because we're hungry again now, because all of that food has been digested or not digested very well. And yeah, I could eat again. Yeah. And now we're hungry again because it wasn't very filling. It was filling at the time, took up a lot of space, and now we're like, I'm hungry. Let's get a pizza. And then tomorrow, people might feel a little bit, like Alexandra said, like sluggish, a bit tired. Maybe you don't sleep as well because your food didn't digest very well. You're just sitting on top. Have you ever had that feeling when the food is like sitting on top of your stomach? It's gross. Um, and also then the psychological feeling the next day is like, I shouldn't have done that, or even 6 hours or 20 minutes after. I shouldn't have done that. I'm bad. I screwed up. I'll start again Monday. Oh my God, I'm a failure. Why do I keep doing this to myself? So you've got all these extra effects. Okay. So let's say that was 2,000 calories. So you're still in a 500 calorie deficit. Okay. These are 2,000 calories, which is about right. It's probably a little bit more for five guys. And a Domino's pizza is around 2,000 to 3,000 calories total. I believe in America, calories are higher in foods. I don't know why. You might know, but I don't know why. But I think across the board, like McDonald's, UK is less calories than the States. So, what if I said to you, you can either have that or you can have this eggs and avocado with some tomatoes. You can have this tuna pasta with all this like salad and stuff. You can have a steak, some potatoes, or some green beans, and you can even have some strawberries and some chocolate on it. How would you feel right now? How would you feel 20 minutes later? How would you feel 6 hours later? And how would you feel tomorrow? This is still 2,000 calories. Okay. Yes, please. There we go. That looks lush. Yeah. I'll have a steak and strawberries. You can have it all. You can have it all. Um, Good, filled up, satisfied. Yeah. I don't think I could eat all that once. No, not at once. Across the day, Brandy. Across the day, love. This is your breakfast. This is your lunch. This is dinner, and this is your dessert with your partner. Um, so not all at once, but go through the day. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people, if it was calories in versus calories out, all of this food in here would give you the same result as the burger and the chips, right? But we know not just about how we'd feel like bloating wise, the weight would go up the next morning as well if you ate this. And then that would, ruin your day. You feel like shit and all that kind of stuff. But 2,000 calories and 2,000 calories, if they're the same, if they're like equal through number wise, you would still lose weight on both. But in reality, you wouldn't because you'd be bloated, you wouldn't be able to digest your food, your sleep would be off, and all of those kinds of things. All right. And then, of course, there's the psychological effect on top. So, how different would those days look? How, or what would you do more or less of, and how would you look the next, or how would the next day look, I should say? So, probably if you eat the burger and the chips, you're probably going to be this person on top. oh, I can't move. I don't want to do anything today. I'm definitely not cooking. Um, and then if you eat like lots of variety of different plants, lots of color on your plate, then you're probably going to be jumping around like this girl. Let's check you. So it's not always about like what that day looks like, but also the effect on the next day as well. And that's going to change your decisions that you make throughout the day and then throughout the week. For example, if you ate that on Sunday, you might be like, oh, well, it's Sunday, I'm going to have a treat and then I'm going to start again tomorrow. But if that happened on Tuesday, you've got a long time to wait until Monday, right? So, exercise, the 5%, the part that everyone focuses on for some reason. Burning calories through exercise, why that is fucked up, and what exercises are best. Now, what does this say at the bottom? Now that I can't see my screen, I think I wrote something like, we're probably running out of time. So I'm gonna try and get through this as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, there's a lot more. There's loads of other stuff we could be talking about, and if I've got time, I will come up with some other stuff for you guys. But I anticipated that I would be slowing down. Okay, so anybody said this? My Fitbit, Garmin, Apple Watch, or the treadmill, the Stairmaster, or the elliptical said that I burnt X calories. Let me know in the comments who has said that. I definitely have. I'm letting you guys into all my secrets now. None of you guys have ever said, oh, there you go, Rose. Definitely been like, oh, that's all it's been in. I give up. Yeah, so you're looking at it and going like, I wish I'd been more. Why did I put so much effort in? And I've been to 20 calories. Yes, apparently 500 extra today. Well, I don't know how you did that, Grace. I've seen, but I don't believe they're accurate. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna same with steps. Yeah, steps aren't always accurate, but they're a better measure, I think, than the calories. Um, I used to story time with Faye. When I used to first start trying to lose weight, so I was like, I lost 4 of my journey, right? So when I first started, I would go to the gym and I'd done all the research on how to lose weight, and it was like do loads of cardio, eat not very much, and whatever, burn a lot of calories. 500 calories a day deficit means you burn a pound a week, and so you know then I would lose 4 pounds a month and da 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 da. That's not true, by the way. But therefore, I did not leave the gym until I burnt 500 calories. So I'd go in the morning and I would burn approximately 10 calories for every minute that I was at the gym. I know it's very precise. For when I was, no, sorry, 5 for every minute that I was at the gym when I was weightlifting, and 10 when I was doing cardio. 10, I don't know how I worked this out, but that was my target. And if I didn't do it, then I'd go back in the evening or I would do my run. Sometimes I did that anyway. But when I first started getting into training, the gym owner that I was at of the gym, he said to me, it doesn't matter about the calories because you could sit next to the treadmill with it on and it would burn calories even if you're not on it. So you can't go by what the machines say. Your Fitbit, Garmin, Apple Watch, treadmill, Stairmaster, elliptical, no distractions. Okay, it does not know how many calories you burn. And like Louise said, can't even count your steps properly. Okay, so what is the mental effect of this? Anybody done this kind of thing? I went through that phase as well, like, oh, look how cool I am. I've been loads of calories. I'm so exhausted. I'm gonna throw up. Yeah, like that was something to be proud of. I've definitely been there. So what's mental effect? Using exercise as punishment. I'm gonna open the chat here. Who has done this? I was bad last night, so I had to do more exercise. I had to go for more walk. I had to do the extra calories on the cardio. I had to do an extra class because I was bad or because I ate something that was naughty or I drunk a lot. Yeah. So Claire says she has. Grace says she has. Yeah. I have. Skip a meal. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Louise. Yeah. So this is very common. Another one is earning food. So you're like, well, I burned 500 calories, so now I deserve using that language, So I was bad, or now I deserve a treat, a cheat day, a treat meal, whatever you're going to call it. Eating back the calories. You don't know how many you have really burnt, but you're still eating them back anyway. I'd say no point in eating well if I've not been exercising. Yeah, that's the all or nothing mentality, isn't it? 5%, Rose, 5%. Bad relationship with exercise and bad relationship with food. So now, because we're punishing ourselves for eating X, Y, or Z, we see chocolate, for example, as a wonderful thing it is. But now we put it on a pedestal and we're like, oh, we need to earn the respect. We need to earn these calories of this chocolate. Or if we eat the chocolate, we now have to repent. We have to go and like kill ourselves at the gym. We need to go hard and go home or whatever, all that kind of attitude. So now we hate the gym and we see it as a punishment, and we love food and we see it as a treat. So when we've been, if something well has happened in life, we get a new job or something, now we're like, well, we deserve this. And we accept, well, we deserve chocolate. But no food, you never deserve a food, okay? And you never deserve to punish yourself with exercise. I have also done this, feeling guilty if you haven't hit a calorie burn. Like I said, if I hadn't hit my 500, I'd be like, oh my God, well, what's the point? I just eat less now because I didn't burn 500, I burned 400. Now I have to eat 100 calories less to stay in deficit. And who's done this? Feeling like a waste of time if you don't ache. Who has gone? I'm going to open this because I want to see some faces. Who has gone? Oh, I didn't ache the next day, so it was crap workout. Who's done that? Me, Grace, yeah. I sometimes feel guilty when I can't get to the gym, but I'm doing my best. And if I can fit at home, I can. Well, that's great because you don't need to exercise. Is beneficial, but you don't need to lose weight. Actually, is Teresa still here? Teresa, yeah, Teresa's here. She lost a ton of weight with us. Didn't exercise. Now she is starting to, but she hasn't before that. Okay, so you definitely do not need to exercise. However, time has shown this is bullshit, says Grace. Yeah, exactly. So just because we have been conditioned this way doesn't mean that it's true. You do not need to ache. In fact, after workout, what you should be feeling is energized, feeling pretty good, feeling positive, and feeling normally accomplished. Okay. You don't have to feel accomplished, but you should be feeling pretty energized. You shouldn't be feeling sick. You shouldn't be like puddle like this on the floor. You shouldn't be like can't sit down on the toilet for the next 4 days. Like this is not a measure of success for a workout. So please do not use it as such. Okie dokie. Click. Oh, I don't know what happened there. My thing paused. Yep, okay, we're here. Okay, so how to fix it. Use the gym as a place, or your home, right? I should have written home workouts here as well. Your workouts should be a place to build and grow mentally and physically, okay? I don't know anybody who has been to the gym, got stronger, and didn't grow in confidence or didn't grow in resilience and didn't grow in, really feeling accomplished and like, yes, I can do this. If I can pick up 100 kilograms off the floor, I can do anything. Not gonna lie, I could probably like fly right now. Like your confidence should be up. Keep so to fix it as well, keep that routine and keep consistent. So don't drop out because you can't eat well. Don't drop out because you overeat. Just stay consistent, okay? Forget the calories you burn, total BS. I'm going to do a reel on this actually because I've got a Whoop, I've got a Garmin with a chest strap and the machine, and I put them all three screenshots or whatever next to each other, and they're all totally different. So even though I've got a chest strap on, a wrist one, and I use the handles on the machine to test my heart rate, all completely different. Hundreds of calories out in some cases, throw you off. So fuel your workouts as well. So that's a really good way to fix your relationship with food and to not be afraid of eating more. So fuel your workouts. Use the food, things like if you want sweets, you can have sweets. If you want like rice cakes or candy of any kind, have it before your workout. Like go and get some Skittles. That's gonna really fuel you for your workout. Is it perfect? Not really, But if you're going to have, that's the best time to have them, okay? So fuel your workouts, concentrate on getting stronger. Yeah, Grace has written all the carbs, yeah. So concentrate on getting stronger, not the calories you burnt, not how many, how long you do the elliptical for, just concentrate on getting stronger. And stronger doesn't always mean extra weights. It can mean one extra rep, or it could mean stronger in a wider range of motion. So if you're squatting like 25%, if you're doing like just a little dip, get stronger would mean being able to do parallel or below. That is a stronger lift, okay? And have a good routine. Please, I don't want to see anybody or I don't want to hear of anybody going to the gym going, what's free? Oh yeah, I'll do that. Oh no, someone's just gone, I'll just do that. I don't want to hear anybody going into a workout not having a plan and a good plan at that, okay? We need to have a solid, focused plan. Otherwise, it's going to take you bloody forever to get any progress. So, is it calories in versus calories out? Like I already said, it is complicated. So, now you guys know. I'm going to wrap up. I'm done, guys. So, I'm going to remind you guys that the challenge is starting Monday. Make sure you apply. And yes, I did. Here is the link. Something today, they couldn't use the link, and it was because they used capital H. So, it needs to be bit.ly/Lee/, capital H, Hormone Harmony Challenge. Okay, so make sure you've got that in there. All right, questions, anything you want to know, anything you need to someone's just come in, a bit late. But anything you need to recap on, let me know. I'm going to open here so I can see you guys. If you haven't got any questions, no worries, Grace. I will let you guys go. Grace actually, when she started with us, we'll probably talk about it tomorrow, but she'd lost weight by herself and now she wanted to build muscle, but she had all those kinds of like fears about around food, like what about eating too much or what about carbs, like everyone worries about carbs and but now she is loving life. She's loving food. She hates it when we take any calories away from her. But she's learned to really use food to her advantage rather than it being like a punishment. It's something that she really, really looks forward to, including pistachios. She does love a pistachio. Any questions? Samantha Pratley, Louise, Claire, Brandy, Alexandra, Ali, Shelby, Rose. I'm not saying everybody's name, but any questions? Not from me. All right then. That's good. That's good. I must be perfectly clear. Wonderful. Great. I'm happy to hear that. How long should we exercise in a week? That is a very good question, Louise. How long do you exercise for at the moment? Typing away. Not long. I'm constantly on my feet walking. Okay, so a couple of things here. So 20 to 30K. Yeah. 20 to 30K steps a day. Yes, is a lot, okay? Every day. So this is it for walking or is it just for life, for jobs and work and stuff like that? Yeah. Work. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're resilient to it. So this is the thing, right, Louise? And for everybody actually. When people say to me, like, how many steps you get, they're like, oh, I'm doing 10,000 or I'm going to do 10,000. But actually, if they're doing 2,000, they need to do 3, and then they need to do 4, and then they need to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because if you go straight from 0 or 1 or whatever to 10, your body becomes used to it, which is what you're saying right now. Your body's used to 20 to 30K steps. I would not recommend doing an extra 10K a day. Like, don't go over 30,000. That is a little bit too much. But the same goes for workouts. So you don't want to be going from no workouts a week to 6, because your body will get used to it. And then what? What are you going to do then? You have to do 7, you have to do 8, you have to do 9, you have to do double days and all this kind of thing. Or you have to bump up steps, so you have to now start doing extra stuff on top. The same, so with your exercise, to answer that question, a little bit more than what you're already doing. So one of our clients, Rachel, she's a vet, and so we've suggested her, because sometimes she works on little kids as well. Sometimes she can't do like a full workout in one. We will suggest that she breaks her workouts up across like a week, or maybe just like half in the morning and half in the night, twice a week, or whatever it's going to be. So you just need to do a little bit more than what you're doing. I think I need to change it up. Weights, maybe. Yeah, definitely do weights. That's like there's the core. So I didn't talk about that, and I will talk about it now as we've got time. So do you remember I said that your body wants to conserve energy, right? So your body will conserve energy and not burn it as much. But if you've got muscle, your body will burn more calories because of the muscle it's got. So if you spend your time building muscle with weights and protein, they're the 2 things you need, and rest and recovery and all that kind of stuff. But they're the 2 kind of major factors. That is going to increase your muscle mass, which is going to increase your BMR, which means you don't have to move as much, but you'll still burn more calories. But resistance training is the ultimate pinnacle of health. Pretty sure, Shelby, you might know, you can just give me a nod or a shake. Isn't it now coming out that the thing that is least consistent, or most consistent, I guess, in comorbidities or lack of comorbidities is muscle mass. Basically, if you've got more muscle mass, you've got less risk of comorbidities. Do you know if that was? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say it very eloquently, but I think you guys got the gist of it there. So that is it now. So we're not saying now, or lots of people aren't saying that people are over fat, is that they're under muscled. And so as we age, we're already going against the muscle. It's already decreasing. So we need a real effort to go in. You could probably, I'm not going to say don't do it, but you could probably not do cardio the rest of your life and still be healthy if you've got a good program. Because I know if you guys have ever done 3 sets of 15 deadlifts at like a really heavy weight, but that is practically cardio. Okay, that's going to build up your CV strength as well. So I'm not saying do not do it. I'm saying prioritize weights always. 2, 3 sessions a week is absolutely fine. If you're doing 2 or 3 sessions, I would do full body sessions. Think about getting really strong. I did put a reel out the other day. Start with like 8 to 12 reps. When you do that for 12 weeks, drop it to 3 to 5. If you're like, well, I work out from home, so I can't lift heavy, you can slow down the tempo, so the speed that you lift. You can have smaller rest periods. You can do holds. So there's lots of different things you do. You go into a unilateral phase. There's lots of different things you could do, but have a good program. That's like the core thing. I'm starting swimming, also twisting, also cardio, Louise, but some resistance in it because it's, your resistance against water. So it does help there as well. Let me go back to the top because I think someone else asked the question. Put it down here. Sugars and fruits. Is there a way to know good versus bad? There's no bad sugars and fruit. There's fructose, which is absolutely fine for the body. What you don't want is like a shit ton. You don't want to only be eating fruit, okay? You do want the vegetables as well. But I would much rather someone eat 2, 3, 4 pieces of fruit than 2, 3, 4 pieces of chocolate a day, right? If you have to choose. I mean, people worry about what they're putting in their body, but on the weekend they're getting pissed and like throwing alcohol into their body, and they don't care about that. So don't worry about the sugars. Unless you're like an athlete, then it's not really like it's not going to throw you off. It's fine. Eat your fruit. Eat lots of different types of fruit, different textures, different colors. Try lots of different things. Okay, what can I do if my knees hurt, please? You can strengthen your knees. Well, you can strengthen the muscles that are around your knees and also your glutes. That typically fixes knees and increase your ankle mobility as well. That's the other kind of thing you would need to work on. I give up cardio for more steps, and I still lost pounds and lost inches resistance training. Yeah, exactly. So with our clients, we don't actually like to give them cardio until they are hitting like a certain number of steps. We would much rather people do steps than cardio because it's lower stress. So I didn't talk about that, but I will. No worries, Claire. If you're doing HIIT and if you're doing classes like spin and boot camp, Les Mills kinds of things, uh, body, what's that one called? Something body, something Bodhi, I think it is now. Beach body. If you're doing those kinds of things, insanity, they're going to raise your cortisol levels. Do you remember cortisol is that stress hormone? We're like, we do not want this. That's going to make us store fat, kind of. Eventually, I should say, down the line. We don't want to do that. So we don't want to be that person that's like laying on the floor, sweating. Like, we're not a dog, okay? We don't be panting. We want to make sure that we are going in strong, get stronger at each lift and taking rest in between. I don't want to see people doing like boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom, boom. But no. So between each kind of, well, first of all, the tempo needs to be like, okay, we don't want to be like bouncing off the wall doing a squat. We're down, go back up. And then the rest in between, as in rest in between each set, needs to be at least 90 seconds, I would say. If you're really pushing it, 3 minutes. I've been up to 5 minutes before rest in between each set. So you need to make sure that you are doing that versus like trying to burn loads of calories and trying to get out of breath and trying to sweat. Sweat is not fat crying. Hate to tell you this. In fact, can anyone tell me how? Maybe not Sam, because you might know the answer to this, but can anybody tell me how you lose fat? Does anybody know? Apart from Shelby, she's not allowed to give this answer either. No. You breathe it out. So if you guys look at the TED talk about fat loss, he has it in a balloon. So you can watch the science of how that is. So very interesting. I would recommend you can watch it. So yeah, we don't want to be doing tons of HIIT, nothing that's going to put pressure on our body because that's going to increase stress. Unfortunately, a lot of performing people, especially women, love that kind of thing. They love being pushed. They love like being at their threshold. And that is like the worst thing that they could possibly do. We need to relax. We need to do some yoga, perhaps. We need to do some breath work. We need to go in and move our body through strength training, not try and kill it through sweating. I love my club size class. Now, Alexandra, there is going to be times where people are like, oh, but I love X class. And that's fine. But I wouldn't necessarily say that is for exercise then. You do it for a hobby. You do it because you enjoy the social aspect or you like the music. It's just going to like, go dancing or something. I would say that is more class it as a hobby rather than a workout because you're not doing it to exercise. You do it because you like it. As if you can't like exercise. But I just mean generally, you're not doing it like you're going to go and build some muscle. You go in because you enjoy it, if that makes sense. I mean, I go to the gym because I enjoy it, but there's got to be a line, And if that's added bonus, then yeah, love the music. So if you will only do that, I feel like, Faye, I hate exercise. I hate going. I hate being sweaty. I hate seeing other people. I hate smelly people around me. Gyms are not like this, guys, just so you know. But if you do not want to do that and you hate it, find something that you love and you stick to. I would much rather people do that than nothing. I mean, look at Sam Pratley. She hates exercise. She does do it, but she hates it. But she's getting much better. She's enjoying it now. But we don't not do things because they're uncomfortable as well. That's the other thing, right? Don't be like, oh, I can't go to the gym because it's scary. It's not. People are nice. So I hope that answers your guys' questions. If you guys in the on the replay have got any questions, let me know and I will answer them for you. I will leave this up here. Don't forget, this is a capital H. Take a picture, take a screenshot, smile everybody. Yeah, because they're going to take a picture and we don't want you being like, so we're going to make sure we're nice and smiley. Mental health, a lot better, and my bones are going to be stronger for when I'm old. Exactly, Sam. Thinking of the advantages. No worries, Louise. You guys, happy that you shared some time with me today. Took some time out of the day. I really, really appreciate it. If you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, see you tomorrow for day 3. Bye-bye.